Be sure to subscribe for more content.
What is up, ladies and gents? Welcome to the BigBC Finance Channel, and I hope you're having a very lovely day today. So in today's video, we're going to be talking all about Dogecoin, what has happened to it recently, and where we think the price is going to go to in the near future with some key price levels and some trades we're looking to make. So be sure to stay tuned for all of that. And of course, if you appreciate the daily analysis on this channel and you're one of the 86% of people that watch my videos that are not yet subscribed, be sure to hit the subscribe button. So without further ado, let's get the annotations back on the screen and let's just talk about what we are seeing first before we have a price, before I give my price prediction on where the price is going to go to over the following days. So recently here on Dogecoin, we have been going in some sort of upwards direction here. As we can see, this was a clear upwards trend on Dogecoin. This was fueled again by Elon Musk, but also by some technicals that look pretty strong here with momentum going in an upwards direction. Momentum did start to fade out in this area. We did see a breakout from our bullish support here, and things did look promising for a little while. We did see some sort of chart pattern, some sort of triangle play out in this region, and prices did head to the upside. So kind of convincing to begin with, but unfortunately prices have come down since the start of this week. We've seen prices jet below our blue moving average here, very important moving average, the 100-hour one, which kind of determines the trend here on Dogecoin. So if prices stay above this blue line, as you can see, they head typically in a bullish direction. If we're going sideways, so if we're choppy and if we're moving in and out of the moving average, such as this region here, we're going in a sideways trend. But now, as you can see, the prices are below that 100-hour moving average, and this is a sign of a bearish trend. And even more so if the prices use this blue line as a resistance. As you can see, the price came up to this blue line here and bounced back down. So this is a clear resistance, and it's a clear beginning of some sort of downtrend here on Doge. But it's not just Doge, as you can see. But it's not just Dogecoin that is making these moves down. As you can see, the whole cryptocurrency market here on the top right, for example, is all in the red. These are some of the top coins that I follow, the top market cap cryptos that we can follow, that I follow here. And basically everything is down 2, 3, 4%, as you can see here. So everything is bearish, everything is in the red right now. And basically the main cryptocurrency kind of determines the trend of the whole crypto market. So we can see here that if Bitcoin makes a bullish or bearish move, it's going to be reflected in altcoins and to some extent in Dogecoin as well. Not a complete correlation, but we can kind of gauge where Dogecoin is going to go by just looking at Bitcoin. So at the moment, having a look at what Bitcoin is doing, we can see that it's been in this bear flag right now. So bear flag means that the price has come down very steeply to begin with. So this is the flagpole, as it were. Prices have come down to a certain level and kind of consolidated within a channel, and this channel here is this two yellow lines. So we have a resistance, a support. Both of them have been tested several times now on Bitcoin, and this forms the flag part of the bear flag. And at some point, if this pattern does complete, we would see prices break below that flag, break below that support line that we have down here. And if that does happen, so let's say Bitcoin breaks below around 16,050-ish, then we should see a breakout and a price target of around 13,200 on Bitcoin. And of course, if Bitcoin does make that move down, I'm anticipating moves down here on Dogecoin as well. And I'm pretty convinced that Bitcoin will make that move down. There is a chance that this chart pattern doesn't play out. And of course, that's because chart patterns are never perfect. So if Bitcoin does this, then it kind of invalidates things that I'm going to say. But if we do make that move down, which I'm pretty convinced about, we will see Dogecoin probably knock out this level here at 9 cents. And I'd be looking for a very strong level here, kind of dictated by this volume profile here, where that line of control is. So I do see a strong resistance here at around 8.5 cents. This red line, which is the average of all the volume that has happened here on Doge since Elon bought Twitter. And if we do break below that, then I'll be looking at this 7 cents level for some support. Of course, if we go below that, as you can see from this volume profile, there isn't a lot of volume at all. There isn't a lot of liquidity, buyers or sellers, until we get to the very bottom down here at 6 cents. So these are some of the key levels that I'm looking out for in terms of Dogecoin to find its resistance, to find its support. And if we do find support at any of these levels, I definitely will be longing Dogecoin, as I do believe, as I am bullish on Doge in the longer term. But just on the shorter term, with all the uncertainty that we're seeing on the markets, this is what I'm seeing right now on Doge. As you can see from our indicators, the MACD and this RSI, that supports the notion that we're going in a massively downwards direction. RSI and MACD both below the halfway line. RSI basically showing us that we're oversold here on Dogecoin, which is definitely very bearish, and the RSI and the MACD generally supporting this downwards trend, with both trend lines on the MACD and the RSI supporting the fact, and everything that we analyze from the RSI and the MACD supports this downwards momentum that we have here on Doge. So it definitely does look like that we are poised to go below this 9.5 cents level. 8.5 cents is next on my radar, and if we don't hold that, if Bitcoin heads down to 13,200, I do believe my most likely prediction is this 7 cents level here on Doge. Now there is definitely some good news, because of course that 7 cents level is still above where it was pre Elon's acquisition of Twitter, so that's still a very good thing. And of course this 7 cents move will leave the Doge at a nice discount in my opinion. So if it were to ever reclaim this 10 cents mark, which I do think it will, that is a 50% pump. So in actuality, the lower it falls, the more of an opportunity it presents in the longer term for buyers. So I'm kind of excited in that respect for Doge. The final thing that I want you guys to understand as well is generally how crypto and stocks have been kind of correlated in this economic times that we are seeing. So everything's with the stock market and crypto both being risk assets. People do not want to take unnecessary risks, particularly in times like this. So we've seen cryptos and stocks behave in a similar way, which is why I've been looking at the stock market quite a lot, because of course if stock market has some sort of bearish, if the stock market has a bearish or bullish trend happening, then we should see that reflected in cryptos as well. So for example, if I show you this bear market rally that we had on the S&P throughout June to August, we can see that the same bear market rally actually did occur on Bitcoin here from June all the way to August. And if you remember on Dogecoin, again, that's when Dogecoin reached a high of around 8 cents before coming back down. So as you can see, from June all the way to August, we reached a high of 8.7 on Doge. So, you know, they do behave in a similar manner, particularly since the economy is bad. And of course, with the stock market here at the moment, what we are seeing, I believe, is some sort of breakdown from a rising wedge. So the prices have been coming up since October in this upwards direction, and it reminds me very similarly of what happened back in August as well. Prices came up quite fast and we completed a bear market rally. Prices started tumbling down. And of course, if we see this rising wedge complete and reach its price target, we should see a price of around 3,680 on the S&P. And if this does happen, then I do think Bitcoin is going to be heading to its new lows. And if it goes to its new lows, that will be below 15,700. And if it does that, it's going to complete this bear flag, in my opinion, and probably head down to 13,200. So basically what I'm saying is that the bias on the stock market, that the bias on cryptos is bearish right now, because the stock market should be heading lower from this rising wedge pattern. And that isn't the only thing I've seen here. Of course, there's this resistance that kind of connects the highs of these bear market rallies over the course of 2022. In purple here, we can see that if we go on the one-day chart, we've got this moving average in yellow here, where prices did nip above but then have come back down strongly after as well. So there's a lot of technicals on the S&P here that suggest that we're going to be heading lower, and this is just some bear market rally. And of course, because of that, we're going to see Bitcoin head lower as well, and because of that, we're going to see Dogecoin probably head lower to my price target here of around 7 cents. So the time frame for this really is just, we've got that inflation data coming out in 6 days, and that's really going to have a massive impact. If that is worse than expected, then we can definitely expect prices to be heading lower here. But if the inflation is better than expected, again, we may see Bitcoin, we may see stocks rally upwards. So keeping my eye on that. Of course, it is in 6 days, and I do make daily analysis here, so I will update you guys in my videos to come about my thoughts on that. But this is what I'm thinking right now. This is my thoughts on Dogecoin, and that's all I have to say as of today about the direction. So in summary, I'm looking out for this level. I do expect prices to be heading lower until the technicals tell us otherwise. We've got a strong level here at 9.2 cents. We've got a strong level because of that volume profile at about 8.5 cents in my opinion, and we've got a very strong level here at 7.1 cents on Dogecoin. And of course, I'm watching what Bitcoin does with its bear flag pattern that we have here. If it does complete, if Bitcoin heads below 16,050-ish, then we'll probably see 13,200. But I do think that will form the bottom of where Bitcoin goes before it starts heading up again. So it's something I'm watching out for. That's all I have to say in this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did like this content, if you found it helpful, do be sure to smash the like button and subscribe to this channel. But otherwise, I'll see you in my next video.